If I ask you what your best video games of all time are, I believe most of you will answer with classic titles like Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil 4, Final Fantasy VII, or GTA San Andreas. It's no surprise that lists of the best video games of all time are also dominated by older titles. But why are these old games so special for most people? Why should you bother playing a game that was released 20 years ago? And what even qualifies as an old game? Most people consider a game to be old if it's about 2 generations behind current console generation, which means around 10 to 15 years. By this measure, we're looking at the 7th generation of gaming consoles, PS3, Wii and Xbox 360. And this is the best time to try an old game because a new report revealed that 60% of play time in 2023 was spent on older games such as GTA 5 or Fortnite. So why should you play old games? Sure, they have outdated graphics and sometimes awkward controls, but you might discover a hidden gem you never knew you needed. For example, I played Banjo-Kazooie for the first time in 2023. This game is older than I am, so why would I care to play it? It's simple because people kept telling me it's a masterpiece and they were right. Even though I'm not a big fan of platformers, the characters, level designs, and music are beautifully crafted in this game. And it's not just Banjo-Kazooie, I finished Resident Evil 4 also for the first time in 2023. This game is often hailed as one of the best ever, and it even has a remake. Yet many people still prefer the original, and it's not just because of nostalgia. Younger gamers often shy away from old games because of the graphics, but if you compare the graphics of various old games, some really stand out. Take Gran Turismo 4, released in 2004. If you went back in time to 2004 and told people the graphics were trash, they probably laugh at you or even worse. Back then, Gran Turismo 4 was known for its realistic graphics, so if you struggle with old graphics, try games with a unique art style like The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker or Okami. Despite their visual limitations, this game can spark your imagination. Today's games often have stunning graphics but can feel empty. They might look appealing, but they sometimes lack depth. Old games had to make the most of limited hardware, so developers packed them with fun content. From NPCs to side missions, these games were filled with activities. Newer games seem afraid to experiment. In the past, game companies were always trying new things, to see what worked and what not. Take Rockstar for example. They released a variety of games, like Midnight Club, Manhunt, The Warriors, and Max Payne. But now, they haven't even released GTA 6 after so many years, focusing instead on milking GTA Online. It's not just Rockstars. Many AAA titles played safe, sticking to the same boring formula. Old games were about thriving and failing, experimenting with new technology. They even had many movie or TV show adaptations, adding a variety to the industry. One of the most famous ones is The Simpsons Hit and Run. Imagine playing as the Simpsons characters in the GTA-style games. That's the kind of experimentation we need in newer games. Interestingly, indie developers are more willing to experiment, leading to the rise of indie games. One big issue with today's games is the prevalence of DLC and microtransactions.
Basically, one stack is $200. 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. That's 2,000, 3,000. He's just got $3,000 just on.
Especially in free-to-play/pay-to-win games. I don't care if it's just cosmetic items, custom skins, or shiny weapons. It doesn't feel right. Old games were passionate projects, while newer ones can feel like a cash grabs. Back then, when you bought a game, you got everything it had to offer. You didn't need to pay extra. Today, companies try to milk every cent from you. EA thrives on the system. Can I just buy a game and get everything? I don't want to spend as much as the game's price on DLC. And can I play offline for single-player games? I should be able to use cheat codes if I want. It's a single-player game, no one gets hurt. In the past, we used Gymshark or Codebreaker easily for cheats. We play older games not for their looks, but for how they feel. Newer games often miss this. They focus on appealing graphics and trends to stay relevant. But we need games where we can sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience without worrying about the game's lifespan. Games are an escape from reality, a way to overcome challenges in a virtual world. And if you don't like the game, just switch it up. I highly recommend using an emulator because old games can be hard to find. In conclusion, try playing old games if you haven't. Put your mind and heart into them and have fun. You might find something that today's game just can't offer.